I love truly well put together Grindhouse style slashers. I loved that there was nothing new here. It is like this warm, grimy, disgusting hug.
If you are going to rip off something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and wholly lift its look, its production design, its dinner sequence, there better be a good hook to it. Friends and listeners, you've got a new episode of Watch Skip Plus. We want to be your go-to source for insightful and pop-cultured movie reviews. My name is Jose, also known as Cupcake. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is a Madam Web sweatshirt, which I forgot to wear on February 14th, which is, to me now, is no longer Valentine's Day. It's Madam Web Day, because that's when it was released in theaters. One of my favorite movies of all time. The guy giggling in the fantastic floral shirt and Flaming Lips hat is my co-host, Mike, also known as the WillDaBeast. Mike, how are you doing?
Doing good. I drank last night, so you can hear my voice is quite dry. Me and the wife, we acted like we were young and went to a few bars and had some good dinner, and yeah, we had a good time.
But now you're paying for it, which, by the way, I've always said that if I ever did like a personal YouTube vlog journal kind of thing, I would call it Gay 50 and Paying for It. And so and paying for it could just be to commiserate about like getting older and body aches, but also I would be reviewing things, so I would be paying for it. Do you see how that? Anyway, I wish the movie we were reviewing was as clever as what I just said, but what are we reviewing this week? Because it was supposed to be The Bride.
Okay, we had not many choices. We had to choose Bride or Dolly were the new theatrical releases at both of our theaters. I went and saw Bride early, and I said, okay, we can review this, but I'm going to talk some mad shit because this is some shit. So those of you out there, enjoy The Bride, but I hated it. So we decided not to do The Bride. so just so everybody knows, the first trailer, I was like, okay, I'm on board with this. I kind of like it. Revisionist, Bride of Frankenstein, sure. Then the extended trailer featured dancing and more Bonnie and Clyde stuff. And then the talking head in the jar a la Young Frankenstein. I was like, I can't do this. I know it's Maggie Gyllenhaal and I want to support her. I can't do it. Maybe we'll join the Nada Bombers one day to discuss the future bomb that is The Bride, because it is definitely bombing.
Yeah, it's an $80 million movie. Yeah, 80, 90 million, maybe 100 million. So this film is certainly not $100 million. But
no, let's talk about what we veered to. We went back to the Fantastic Fest world, like we started the year off with Primate. This also, Dolly is what we're watching, that premiered at Fantastic Fest. It is a Grindhouse homage to Texas Chainsaw Massacre style slasher films from the late 70s.
That is exactly what it is. And so our director is Rob Blackhurst. And as you all can see from this picture, he kind of looks like a Muppet, so I think he's really sexy. But Rob Blackhurst has done shorts. So we reviewed Night Swim, Blumhouse's Night Swim on Watch Skip Plus. And I'm pretty sure I might have said something horrible like, anyone associated with this film, please don't make any more movies. But Rob Blackhurst actually did the short for Night Swim with Bryce McGuire. He's either a producer or an EP on this. I didn't take the time to look up the specifics, which may telegraph how I feel about this film. But Blackhurst has directed other films like Blood for Dust, which starred Kit Harington and Scoot McNairy. McNairy's one of my favorite actors. I think he's gorgeous, very, very talented. He's actually thanked in the special thanks here. There's 3 pages of special thanks here. And by the way, there's a cute, I don't know if you saw the credits, but there's a cute little credit that says, no thanks whatsoever to the mosquito population of Tennessee, which I thought was kind of hysterical. They were filming deep in the woods, folks. But Blackhurst Again, he works with a lot of the same people. So I just mentioned Bryce McGuire. Our cinematographer is a gentleman named Justin Derry. And so they shot Blood for Dust together. Also, Blackhurst did an AMA on Reddit and basically essentially said that he almost went broke making his next feature, which was called Here Alone. I have not seen that. I've heard great things about Blood for Dust and Here Alone, but he's also done the Amanda Knox documentary film that was on Netflix, and then John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. That was a documentary miniseries. Heard amazing things about the John Wayne Gacy one. I did see the Amanda Knox. What's your experience with Blackhurst and his films?
I've only seen those documentaries. I did watch the short for Night Swim when that before the feature film, which it's actually not a bad short. And I've never watched the feature. I know everyone, including you, hates it, but the short's fine. And then I did actually watch the Baby Girl short, which is almost like more of a trailer, kind of like a proof of concept, which was cool.
Sure.
But yeah, from going from documentaries mainly to now, it seems like he's dug more into narrative features. But no, I haven't seen Blood for Dust. And again, Dolly was just because I have friends that go to Fantastic Fest, and it was one that they all raved and went crazy about. So that's why I was. That's what that's why I picked it. But
after Primate and this, I'm like, do I want to join Mike at Fantastic Fest?
Those are literally the types of films that I love.
I know. So this is also written by Rob Blackhurst, who you mentioned did the short for this. Yeah. Sometimes shorts can be things like proof of concepts, which you just talked about. So basically, a proof of concept would be they put together essentially a trailer, or they shoot scenes like they were doing a full film, and then they shop it around to studios and as a pitch, basically. Our co-writer is a gentleman named Brandon Weevil. He actually looks like a gay star that I absolutely am in love with. Cough, Logan Stevens. But it looks like he's only written shorts. He wrote the Baby Girl shorts. Personally, I'm going to say that I wish maybe they should have called this Baby Girl, because not that it would make me kinder to it, but nonetheless. Justin Oakey, he's the editor. I believe he and Bryce McGuire have also worked together. And I should also note that our three leads are actually EPs on this. So I believe that Sean William Scott, as well as Fabianne Therese, they were EPs on this in terms of, crafting this stuff. I feel like that's a big trend now, right? I'm thinking of Timothée Chalamet, who basically produced Marty Supreme, right? And so now I think we're heading into an age where actors don't wait anymore for auditions or people to see their reel. They're basically just producing the stuff that they want to be in.
Yeah, in this case, it's they probably didn't get paid up front, so the EP credit gives them a little bit more back end. So you see that a lot in indies and smaller films where they're going to give an EP credit. And in Chalamet's point, he kind of demanded it, from what I understand. Again, it's this extra money. That's really all an EP is. It just means you're going to make extra money on the back end. So, and then putting their name on it.
So our lead is Fabianne Therese. I'm not familiar with her work. Apparently she's appeared in Southbound, which actually is the Radio Silence. Yeah. Was in John Dies at the End, has been in television shows as well. I get a real as the movie went along, I was like, wow, this woman's really beautiful. I get this Sarah Bareilles meets Lady Gaga kind of look, and I'm here for it. She's very gorgeous. Are you familiar with her work?
I remember her in Southbound, but again, I think she does mainly shorts. She's gorgeous, and I really did like her in this. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see more from her.
Yeah, speaking of gorgeous, we've got Sean William Scott, Stifler himself. So I had recently watched Kiss of the Spider Woman, and my immediate thought, this is the musical with Jennifer Lopez, my immediate thought, and I'm in the minority, folks. Remember, Team Webb, I loved Madam Webb. But after I watched Kiss of the Spider Woman, I said to myself, I think we owe Jennifer Lopez an apology. And there was part of me that thought, like, maybe she's just picked the wrong projects, or maybe we have pigeonholed her, we being, consumers and people who watch stuff. I feel the same way about Sean William Scott. I feel like we have never allowed him to go beyond the Stifler, beyond the comedy stuff. Now, of late, that has sort of changed. He's been in a lot of genre projects. Bloodline comes to mind on Netflix. Yeah, and so I think he's branching out. But how do you feel about Sean William Scott? I love him. Bulletproof Monk, folks. I'm telling you, I know people shit on that movie. I love it.
The Goon movies, come on. The Goon movies.
And the Goon movies. He's so good in it. And then there's a film that I just absolutely adore him in. I think it's called Balls Out, the Gary something.
Yeah, so silly.
Oh, way silly, but he's amazing in it. But how do you feel about Sean William Scott? Am I on the wrong feeling about whether we might owe him an apology? He's significantly older than his American Pie days.
Yeah. No, I think that he's really kind of found his, renaissance in these, smaller budget independent films. I really did like him in that. I mean, he popped up in The Wrath of Becky as a bad guy in Jackpot.
Yes.
And he was great in The Righteous Gemstones too, as one of the Millsap boys. Overall, I really do like him when he comes into a film. He just kind of makes me smile. And I think he's a great actor. I really do. A lot of people think he's one of those only a pretty face type of actors. I mean, if you've seen some of his later stuff, like Bloodlines for sure, is one of his better roles. And he's excellent in those Goon films. And while they are comedies, he is very dry in those. So again, I'm a big fan of him. And I think that he unfortunately has not always picked the best film roles. And I'm glad that he's kind of found where he needs to be in this independent film world. And I hope that he continues to make movies.
Me too. And he's aging just fine, still gorgeous. He does look great. Although, please don't skip leg day. Okay. And then the other person I'm going to mention is Max the Impaler. Plays the titular Dolly, aka Baby Girl. I have no experience with Max the Impaler and was rather struck by just the credit. But Mike, you know who they are, the pronouns. Can you let the friends and listeners know your experience with Max the Impaler?
I don't know much, but I know they are a part of NWA and other wrestling. So yes, they are a trans wrestler, like one of, I think, the first trans, but they go by they. Basically, Max the Impaler's a badass. I'm not a wrestling fan. I just know from hearing about the movie and what an awesome performance. Again, very much a performance that you can tell they watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and really wanted to build that original kind of big, quiet, silent, disturbed killer like Leatherface. I think this should have been called Babyface or something. It would have been
Babyface. I like it.
But yeah, they're really
actually,
cool.
She's really gorgeous. I'd love to see. I'm only seeing these WWE
with the
pictures.
Makeup and yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm looking at her. They are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're pretty. And let's not forget about Ethan Suplee. He's a badass.
Yes.
Talk about a badass. Lost hundreds of pounds. He's kind of been somebody who I've looked up to, inspiration for me.
I love Ethan.
I battle with my weight, and seeing what he's done, he's awesome. He's just such a cool guy, and he's such a cool story. So I'm glad when I see him and stuff, I'm always excited to see him because, again, he kind of, after he lost weight, he had a hard time getting roles. Now that he's big and huge and buff, he kind of gets stuck in these villain roles now, but I'm still glad to see him. He was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Ethan Suplee fan. I mean, obviously, people will know him from things like The Water Boy, Clerks 3. Was he not in was there a football movie that he was into? Was it The Program? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't I can't remember.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. But he's also been in genre projects. But yeah, I mean, he's wearing that union suit in this. And when it's open and you can see his chest, I was like, Daddy.
Yeah, his arms were ready to bust through that thing. The dude's a monster. He's huge.
I know. and he's so gorgeous. I almost didn't recognize him in this, by the way. I was like, is that Ethan Suplee? My God.
Yeah, that long wig or whatever.
Yeah, looking all crazed with jars of urine. Anyway, okay, so here we go. We're going you've already sort of set this up. This is kind of like an homage to, Grindhouse, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's certainly not hiding the fact that that's the touchstone here.
Nope.
So your spoiler-free thoughts on Dolly?
For me, Dolly is exactly the kind of thing that I enjoy. I love, like, truly well put together Grindhouse style slashers. I think that, the late 70s, early 80s is definitely some of the best slasher films, and the backwoods, exploitation horror genre. So this is just a chef's kiss to that. This is an homage. It takes itself quite seriously. When we're talking like this being an homage, this isn't silly. This is not for jokes, right? This is just to me, this is a great hour, and I think before credits, it was like an hour and 15 minutes long. 75, 80 minutes in and out. You don't spend a lot of time getting to know characters, which is fine. We didn't really get to know anybody in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Except we wanted to strangle the guy that was screaming in the wheelchair. But but this movie doesn't care about the characters as much, and that's fine. It's following the tropes. It is literally, we've seen stuff like this before, but this is one of those where every single trope and everything is done so well. There's nothing new here. And I loved that there was nothing new here. It is like I just got this warm, grimy, disgusting hug by all the grossness that I love about exploitation. And I took my 16-year-old son, and we had a great time with this. He and I both admit that even at an hour and 20 minutes, it does get slow in the middle. Of course, you're always going to judge people's choices in these kind of movies. But again, the lead, she felt very human, very real to me. And yes, don't fucking drop the weapon. Just keep stabbing. Just keep fighting. Just keep kicking ass. But of course, they're following the tropes, and they do it well. It's all tropes. It's all things that, yes, it frustrates us as viewers of these films, but it is a touchstone, and it is what they do. Do they run outside of the door? No, they run up the stairs. It is, again, every choice is done to kind of give us a loving homage to these type of films where these characters in stressful situations make bad choices and we're screaming at them at the screen. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? And this is full of that as well. And I know that can frustrate people, but I had a blast with it. It's gory. It's gooey. Characters live way after they should. There's some jaw-dropping gore literally in this. I had fun. I do. I dug it. I know it's getting mixed reviews. You're either going to really dig this or you're not going to dig it. Hey, I dug it, baby. Like, give me more of this. I want a sequel. I love the mask. I loved the acting, of the killer. And I thought it was well acted. I did like our lead. I think she's great as a scream queen. I hope she gets more stuff. And Ethan, he's probably the weak link as far as acting goes. He kind of hams it up here and there. But I enjoyed this overall. I know that it's a mixed bag, and I know that it's not for everybody, but man, it's just so gory, so exploitative, so throwback. It really just was that kind of warm, exploitative hug I wanted. So bravo for Dolly. I definitely think this is something that more people need to see. And I love that Shudder is giving this film a theatrical run. They do not give all of their films theatrical runs. So usually when they do, I know that's something I want to get to. So if this is still playing in theaters when you are watching this, go and see it if you have not. I highly recommend Dolly for the gore hounds, for the exploitation lovers, for those who just love a good hour and 20 minute gory slasher that feels nasty and stinky and sweaty like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I could tell from usually everybody out there who watches us, usually when I get a message from him saying, this will be short, don't worry, I always know what that means. It always means
that
Jose did not enjoy the film. So let's hear it.
Jump on this. Okay, so I want to come out and I want to be like super fart knocker mean to this and be like, Blackhurst, forget it. You ain't making it. Whoever was associated with this should never make movies again. Listen, I can see where they were going. And you are right. You are right. For all the fake scratches on the film, making it look like a 70s film. And obviously, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the big thing. Although, my thing is if you're going to do an homage and you are going to directly rip off atmosphere, look, sequences straight from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're going to need to give us a good fucking story to do it. Okay?
No. You think these movies need a good story?
What I'm saying is if you are going to rip off something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and wholly lift its look, its production design, its dinner sequence just rearranged with two people, then there better be a good hook to it, because there is not a good hook here. You and I talk about, we've said it a million times, the worst thing a horror film can do is to be boring. I'm adding a second thing to that. I think if you are watching a horror film like I was watching this, and your immediate thought in your head is this scary? Should I be scared by this? Is it scary? I think you have a problem. And I don't know. It didn't work for me. Like you said, it's very tropey. All I could see though was the direct lifting from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's also a little bit of high tension, I guess, although not with the kind of twist. Although we get a twist here, I won't ruin the twist or whatever. But and yes, there's some gore, and there is some Drew Barrymore scream, Janet Leigh psycho stuff going on here, which may be interesting. But yeah, if you're going to copy the greats, try to be great. This was not great. I mean, listen, I know I texted you before and I was like, oh, fuck, it's the Night Swim people. But I don't think that colored my viewing of this. Yeah, okay. The Gorehounds, I think, are definitely going to love this. And it does have a very nasty Grindhouse feel to it. You really do feel for her in certain scenes. And I know, listen, you're going to kill me over this comment, but I feel like in some scenes, she could have given us a little more. She could have been a little more out there and crazy and,
Oh, you mean Dolly the killer?
No, I meant the lead girl in certain scenes, I understand that she's trying to be like the strong, I've resigned myself. I'm trying to be smart. They build some of that in there. But towards the latter half of the film, it almost seems like the actress just kind of gave up or forgot where she was in this sort of sequence in terms of her, I have to tell you, we're going to talk about more of this in the spoiler section. I was very surprised for you to tell me that this was a trans performer or a trans actor in the role of Dolly, because there are some tics and some things that are going on with the Dolly character, the physical mannerisms, that I found offensive. And I will talk about more of that in the spoiler section. But it didn't work for me. And yeah, I know this is your thing. It was not my thing. I did not like the costuming of this character. Santa Claus, are you in a dress? What are you going for? Julia Child meets, fucking, I don't know, Silent Night, Deadly Night. And then the mask itself and just what's going on with the neck and why is it, no, it's.
She was dressed like a Raggedy Ann doll. You didn't catch that? It was a Raggedy Ann doll.
I caught that, but it was.
It's silly. It is silly. Yes, it is.
No. And quite honestly, yeah, I know porcelain dolls are creepy, but this was overkill. I was like, no. And then there was an editing shot where she peeked up and it was sitting up, but then in the wide shot, the next edit, they're all lying down in the dirt. And I was like, no, No. So anyway, it's a skip for me. I'm so sorry. And
dude,
and
it is fine. This is not for everybody. The people walked out of my screening, and I had a feeling you were not going to like this.
And I also have to tell you that before this, I got a trailer for In a Violent Nature 2, which I'm sorry, I was one of the people that did not like In a Violent Nature.
I did not like it either. I hated it.
It was. And then we got a sequel. Thank you, Shudder. Thank you so much.
And it looks nothing like the first. It looks like they are doing away with the whole
straight out slasher. Yeah,
yeah, they're doing away with the whole POV thing. It looks like from the trailer anyway. I don't know.
But you know what? Shudder is what it is. Sometimes you go on there and you watch something and it's bang out fantastic and you recommend it to everybody, and then you see stuff like Dolly. So,
whatever. See, I loved it. I liked the spirit of it, but yes, it is very much a homage, and that might be a ripoff to some, and I get that. It totally.
Yeah.
But I dug it.
Even the ending. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure.
Any rate, okay. So it's definitely a watch for you. It's a
watch for me. It's a skip for you. And it probably, maybe if we did The Bride, maybe it would have been the opposite. Because I was ready to trash that thing. It's like, if we do this, I'm tearing this apart. And unfortunately, I feel like I've torn every single thing. Like, we thought we were starting out strong. You know, I thought January was starting out strong.
I thought so too.
But it seems like we are picking the wrong movies. I don't know if we're making the bad choices here or if we're just all of a sudden February and March is just some bullshit. You know, it's like we're not getting the releases.
So listen, folks, if you are listening to this, we are happy to have you all program the rest of our year for us. So quite frankly, you know, I go on, it's called Box Office Mojo. So there's a domestic release calendar. Anybody listening, if you guys want to shoot us an email, watchskipplus@gmail.com, or comment in the sections in YouTube. If you want to tell us what to watch for the rest of the year, we are here for it, because you are right, Mike. But that's the nature of exhibition.
Yeah.
Just like Shudder, pay for a ticket and you see a movie. Sometimes it really, really is awful, and sometimes it's really rewarding. I just don't have luck with films that have doll in the title. Drive-Away Dolls was some bullshit. And then now I've got Dolly. So there you go. At any rate, folks, please like, subscribe, follow. We're trying to get this community going. Can you believe on our YouTube we have 85 videos? For whatever reasons, maybe because we've been doing this so long, I thought we had more YouTube videos, but it's only 85. So we're little babies. We're little dollies when it comes to YouTube, folks. But like, subscribe, comment. We have our regular commenters who we love. Lou, John, Jared commenting, but come on into our comments, into our DMs, and also please program us seriously. Like, I think next week we're going to go for, I think we chose Slanted, which I don't know if I was offended by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Dolly Killer. I think that film is going to offend me, maybe even more. I don't know. But we landed on Slanted because I think, what was the other choice? I can't remember.
Well, I think we can still talk about it, but I think Undertone might actually be coming out on the 13th, but I don't know if it's going wide on the 13th or wide on the 20th. So
a lot of buzz on that.
If Undertone does come out, then we're recording that over Slanted. If it doesn't come out March 13th, then we'll record Slanted, because I think the other one is a romance, which hey folks, we don't do romances and we don't do animated films. We love you all, but we just don't usually do them. We don't do them much.
Actually, you know what? I would do an animated film with you. I really want to see Hoppers.
Oh,
it looks so adorable.
I mean, I'm going to see it today. I have a hard out at 12, so.
Wait,
also, everybody out there.
You have a hard out at 12?
Yeah, I have 3 hours. It's 9 o'clock my time, friend.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Time warp. Hey, Madam Webb.
I know.
He's in a different time zone. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Yes, people, don't forget, if you are listening to this, or even if you listen when it's released, we are doing our second live today, the Oscar prediction show. So the Oscars comes out or debuts on the 15th, but on the 8th, today we are doing a live, so you can check it out in our live playlist. But this year at the Oscars is every nominee a banger, except for that Nick Cave song. God damn it. But it's going to be an interesting prediction episode because it's hard this year. You know, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, please tune into that or check it out in our live playlist. The first live that we did was talking about the final Sundance. But there were some really, really good movies that you guys talked about, that we all talked about in that too. So, okay. If you love us, folks, you'll certainly love our Podfathers, A Gentleman's Guide to Midnight Cinema and Not a Bomb. Also, the OG's The Night of the Living podcast. You'll also love these podcasts, Wild Dream podcast. Love those guys. Death by DVD. I think may have a surprise related to Death by DVD in the future, possibly. I don't want to say too much because I don't want it to disappear. Raiders of the podcast, Backlook Cinema podcast, our YouTube brothers, and now for something a little bit different, the Two Johns, Caliber 9 from Outer Space, Feminine Critique, Talk Without Rhythm with Goro. Mike, parting thoughts other than, if you see nailed up dolls in the woods, just turn right around and leave.
Yeah, and who has time to nail all those damn dolls? Jeez, what a
I know.
That takes a lot of commitment. That's a task for sure. Anyway, as always, get out there to the theaters. I'm going with my family today to go see Hopper. So yeah, always get out into the movie theaters as much as you can. Get out for live, being with people. And I went to some bars last night, and it was fun to be around people. I don't do that often. So sometimes it's just nice to get out of our house and feel the energy of other human beings. So do that more, please.
Yes. And you're right. There is not to get all new agey or whatever, but there's, allegedly we vibrate at a certain frequency. And so when you're around people and we're all at the same frequency, it's great. It's wonderful to come together, as it were.
Yes.
And as always, folks, be kind, be open, be vulnerable. That's where the art is. Although I'm not sure if it falls in this movie. It is what it is. Okay. See you on the other side, folks. Thank you. All right.